Hi, I'm Nancy, and this is Marnie. Hi, Marnie, say hi. And today we're going to demonstrate our new Autoslide system. So I'm first going to turn my video, and Marnie, just a minute, gal. Marnie has a sensor on her. It's a little bit thick, but it's very light. And the Autoslide is going to automatically open when Marnie goes outside or stands in front of it to go get a treat that I just threw out there. And it only opened wide enough to let her out, as you can see. But as she hopefully comes back in, you'll see that it will open to let her back in as well. The sensor that she had on her tag works with the receiver that needs to be placed at least 3 feet up from where the receiver is on her shoulders. And you can play with the placement quite a bit, both horizontally and vertically, because it allows you to, she's not quite close enough to the door. If she comes just a little bit closer, you'll see it'll open for her. There she is. Good girl, Marnie. I'm going to throw her a treat so she walks the other direction and doesn't stand in front of the door. There you go. But anyway, you have to play with the placement a bit. It lets you play with 3 foot, 6 foot, and 9 foot out, and then up and down, again, as much as you want to, but it has to be at least 3 feet above where the dog tag sensor is located on the dog, so from about her shoulders. So that's how Autoslide works with the dog in pet mode. And there are actually several different modes. It's right now on the paw. So we have the iLock system, which you can engage that here, and the system will lock when you go in and out. This is to leave the doors completely open. There's a few more things, but I want to show you the basic buttons that come with the system. So Marnie just went out. I'm going to let that close again so that I can show you how my husband and I use it. So we actually press this button and the door opens all the way to let a human in and out. And then it closes behind us. Now you can get the Autoslide system with or without the iLock option. We have it with the iLock option. So we can either get back in by pressing the outdoor button, which those just stick on, or we purchase the extra keypad sensor. So we input a code, and then if we want to get in when the iLock is engaged, we just press our code into that keypad. That does not work in pet mode, obviously. So I'm going to come back in by pressing the button, and the door goes open, and then it should close on its own, but I'm going to show you that I'm still standing halfway in between here. And I'm going to let it close on me just a bit. And when it does that, when it touches you or your dog, if you're just standing in the doorway, it will open back up, wait for you to clear the entryway, and then it will close again. That's a built-in safety feature, which is pretty wonderful. Now, I found this unit because I was looking for a pet door that we didn't have to cut a hole into the house. We were maybe going to put something there, but we didn't want to destroy any part of our house. And there are some other things out there that could have been potential, pet door uses for us, but I just didn't like the way they look. This doesn't change the look of anything other than having your very unobtrusive Autoslide unit above your door. The unit comes in black or white. We chose white. You can get the pet tags. It usually comes in the same color too. There's Marnie letting herself in and out again. She normally doesn't stand there. She's learned not to because, she got used to the door pretty quick. She was trained to go potty on the bells, and it was a really easy transition. But because I'm hanging around here, she's hanging around. It'll probably open and close a few more times. But we bought the unit. We found it for that reason. We were looking for a pet door. But what's really great and what convinced us to go ahead and spend what we spent on it is because our door is quite heavy, and it's always been kind of an issue. Other than that, we also go in and out all the time. You see our grill is out there. So we very often have our hands full of trays and drinks and stuff when we're having people over, and being able just to push that button, and I can easily push it with my elbow when I'm holding a tray, is really, really great. In addition, the company said that they very soon will have an app that works with Alexa. So we will very soon be able to just tell the door through Alexa to open, and it will be voice activated. So we didn't at this point opt for some of the additional optional extensions, I guess you would call it, for the Autoslide system. But those include hands-free sensors for humans that you would also place somewhere along the door panel here. And those are RFID driven or microwave driven. And I guess you would choose that depending on how much sun hits your door. Marnie's going out again. There she goes. There are also options to have mat sensors, and those are very thin and unobtrusive, and they would lay underneath of your rug on the inside and on the outside. We opted against that simply because we get a lot of squirrels that come up on our deck, and if they were to step on the mat, they would get in the house, and we certainly don't want that. So we opted against that, but there are a variety of different things that you can get with the Autoslide. There's a remote keychain, so instead of using these buttons at the top, you can just use them on a little keychain. Very convenient. You can go on to autoslide.com, and Marnie's wanting to let herself in, but she's not standing at the exact right spot. But if I come on Marnie, come on. She might have to move a little bit sometimes. I'm not really sure why that's not doing that, but good girl. Anyway, she often plays with her toys at the door, and it took some getting used to and playing around with where to place that receiver so that she can still lay down in front of the door and play with her toys, and the door will remain shut. If she were to stand up and a little closer to the door, it would open again. But the system comes in black or white, and we opted for white because our trim is white. And in that case, the canine tags, I'll show you the extra one. You get two, but those also came in white. Unfortunately, I had asked for black with the white Autoslide system, but the company that fulfills it, evoproducts.com, had told me they would send the black sensor because I asked, but did not. And when I called them, unfortunately, they were like, oh, sorry, we can't do that, even though they had said they could. But that was one small negative about the system. The biggest negative thing about the Autoslide, come here, Marnie, get her away from the door, is that the instructions for installation were not very easy to follow. In fact, they came on a CD-ROM, and nobody really has CD-ROM drive anymore. We did have a portable one, and my husband was able to watch it, but he said it really was not that good. The YouTube videos are not that good. The best thing that helped were the PDFs, the troubleshooting PDFs that the company sent us. And my husband said had he had that from the beginning, he could have installed the thing within 1 to 2 hours. Pretty simple. He took a little more time because he figured it out himself, and he actually worked the cables away with this cable cover, so it looks really nice and clean. And same over here. You can see from the unit he's covered that all the way down to the power source. But it's one of the things that I really like about this, and I'll take a step back so you can see the whole thing, and that it's really very unobtrusive. You hardly see that it's there. So it's really been great. The company is Autoslide.com, and you can go on there and read a little bit more about how it works. There are so many programming options with it. That's what makes it really nice, is you could set it up and program it to your exact needs. You could put those basic buttons that come with every one of the kits. You could put them on a wheelchair if somebody's wheelchair bound, or anywhere you want basically. So those work out really great. The iLock system is an optional system. The system itself, you can get the motor in either the basic or the elite. The basic works with doors that have up to a 12-pound drag, and the elite works with doors that have up to a 35-pound drag. We have the elite system because our door is quite heavy. See, Marni lays by the door and the door opens and closes. Once it detects it, she's not really going to go out. But anyway, we have the elite system. The company will send you a test kit so you can see how much drag you have on your door and what kind of motor you would need. But we didn't even do that because my husband figured our door was really heavy, which it is. So we just got the elite system. Anyway, that is the Autoslide. Thanks everybody for listening and watching our video. And thanks for watching Marni. Say bye, Marni. Bye, everyone.